Okay guys, 23.2A and 23.2B. We have a 15-minute AMRAP of burpee pull-ups and shuttle runs, and then we have a 1 rep max thruster from the floor. So it's a great workout. It's something different than what we're used to. You're thinking about classic CrossFit or traditional CrossFit. If this is CrossFit Open, this is what they define as CrossFit. So this is what we're doing. We got the 5 burpee pull-ups, all right? So it's a burpee to the floor, hips, chest, and thighs to the ground, and then you get your chin over the bar. So it can be a jumping pull-up, a kipping pull-up, or a strict pull-up, for example. You're gonna add 5 reps to every round, and the shuttle runs are gonna stay the same. A shuttle run is 25 foot out, 25 foot back. So when you start this, you're going from the pull-up bar, you're going out and back. That's 1 rep. Okay, so every time you come back to the pull-up bar, that's 1. You're gonna do that 10 times. You have to cross the line. We're gonna go through standards in the separate video. But for the 5 burpee pull-ups, you're then gonna go 10 shuttle runs, then you're gonna go 10 burpee pull-ups, 10 shuttle runs, 15, 10, 20, 10, and as high as you can in 15 minutes. The thing I really like about this is that you have to earn the fitness part first so that you can push the 1 rep max thruster, all right? So it's gonna test your basic grunt work fitness, and then in 5 minutes you're going to do a 1 rep max thruster from the floor. So you're going to go as heavy as you can. That could be a squat clean into a thruster, or it could be a power clean, squat, and then overhead. Then in the scale side of things, you got a 15-minute AMRAP. It's 5 burpees to a target, so both hands are going to touch the bar. The standards are going to be the same, which we'll go over again in the other video, and 10 shuttle runs. You're going to add 5 burpees per round. So same idea, 5, 10, 10, 10, 15, 10, and up you can. And then, again, a 1 rep max thruster from the floor. The main thing we want to talk about here is your tips and strategies, okay? So, burpee pull-ups. We're going to go through movement variations, but you have to think about what's going to allow you to continually move in a rhythm. So, keep it consistent. You will lose more time on burpee pull-ups than you will on shuttle runs. Shuttle runs, as long as you keep moving, whether that's a walk, a jog, or a proper run, you can get through the shuttle runs, but you could lose a lot of time doing 15 burpee pull-ups by taking too much rest in periods. So what you want to do is think about and consider what's going to allow me to hold a consistent pace where I don't really have to stop, whether that's jump down, jump up into my pull-up, step in, step up and jump to my pull-up. You want to get your hips kind of under the bar, so when you do jump up to the bar, you're nearly underneath it to go into your burpee or your pull-up. And then you have to weigh up whether you're going to do a jumping pull-up, a kipping pull-up, or a mixed grip. We'll go through the mixed grip of a pull-up. It might be helpful for anybody that's trying to get their first pull-ups in this workout. So your strategy on burpee pull-ups is like, if the strict and jumping pull-up style starts to fade out, then go to a kipping pull-up. Okay, so for example, some of you guys that are quite strong and strict pull-ups, you could jump, pull, get your chin over the bar, and go down. In the sets of 5, 10, 15, that might be a better option because it allows you to move faster and gain that sort of buffer. And then when you get tired, it might be like some sort of pseudo kip swing, so a little bit of a half jump to a half kip, or it could be a full kip, which is slightly slower, but if it's going to save you energy and allow you to keep moving in those bigger sets, do that. Shuttle runs, think about sharp turns. So when you're doing your shuttle run, you don't want to turn in a big circle, because over the course of those lengths, 10 lengths, and doing lots of sets of that, you're adding more distance. So what you want to try and do is get a sharp turn on the line. When you go to the line, both feet have to cross the line and your hand has to touch the ground behind the line. You're not allowed to turn and stop on top of it. You have to be over it. And then the same with your hand touching it. Go at a pace that allows you to control your heart rate. That might be after a big set of burpee pull-ups, doing a small or a slow jog or a fast power walk to get your heart rate back down, and then keep moving, and then again getting back into your burpee pull-ups. So think about on the shuttle run, trying not to kind of stutter your steps. Think it's consistent. You might in the warm-up count how many steps it takes you to get across to turn them back, and try to keep that consistent. So again, you're not changing your pace too much, or you're not having to slow down a lot when you get to the line to turn. Then when you're doing that as well, you want to have it where you turn and you're able to accelerate out. So when you turn, you're tapping the ground. You want to kind of stay low, accelerate across, get to the other side, okay? One thing on the shuttle runs or the burpee pull-ups, if you're doing the shuttle run, try to change which leg you turn or which direction you turn in. So if I'm turning on my left on one side, when I get to the other side, I'm turning on my right. It just stops one side getting jacked up a lot. On the burpee pull-ups, again, if you're stepping up and in, again, try to change legs. So you're doing a lot of these, you need to save your legs a little bit for your thruster. Then for the thruster, okay, you got 5 minutes. In the warm-up, what we'll have a warm-up on the whiteboard in open gym, just like last week. Give you a time to sort of build up weights, practice movements, and get your heart rate up. Bank an easy rep for the first one. So in the first 5 minutes, try to get a rep in pretty much straight away. So as soon as you finish, within the first minute, once you get your shoes changed or you're putting knee sleeves on, whatever it is, get that done quick. 5 minutes goes very fast. So what I would do is, let's say I want to get 100 kilos on that. My first rep might be at 70 or 80 kilos, just to bank one so I know, right, that's safe if I miss something heavier. My second lift will be, again, in a medium range where I know I'm going to hit it every time. Do that, because then you've done your first one. It's got you into the groove of the movement. After doing 15 minutes of shuttle runs and burpee pull-ups, you want to get into the groove of the squat and the drive. And then when you do your second lift, that's going to be heavier, and then it's going to be getting you closer to your max, okay? So for that, you'll have, again, bank the second rep. It's get a little bit closer to what you might be aiming for, and then you should hopefully have enough time to do a third or fourth lift. You should definitely be able to do 3 lifts in 5 minutes, changing your weights and loading your bar. But then for your third and fourth, that's where you're going to go big, okay? Third rep, you're pushing it towards your max. Fourth rep's kind of like a bonus one, so that you can try to push the boundaries on what you're lifting, all right? So I would try to get 3 lifts in where you get your third one that's pretty heavy, pretty hard, and then fourth one is kind of your luck, and see where you're going and see if you can push that more, all right? So what I would be doing in the last bit of the 15 minutes is pushing your pace, getting as many burpee pull-ups as you can. That's going to be the big decider on that. Everyone can do the shuttle run, but the burpee pull-up is going to be the decider on the main part. And then in the 5 minutes, get a banked lift first, and then build in about 3 or 4 sets on that. We'll talk about warm-ups when we get through into the evening at the start, and then we'll get you started.